Hey guys, we are live from the Brojo for another Robro reviews, and tonight we are talking about Mother! Exclamation point.
Woo!
Yeah, they have to really put that exclamation point to let you know this is a really fucked up movie.
Okay.
I'm Kien.
And I'm Jay Camp.
Hey man, so I know you didn't see Mother, but
Mm-hmm.
I went to go see it, and before we start, we're gonna just talk about this synopsis. A couple's relationship is tested when uninvited guests arrive at their home, disrupting their tranquil existence. There. So this movie is really fucked up.
Okay. How so?
It's okay. So there is the first. If you look very closely, you just pay attention to that first scene. There's an object that you will see at the beginning, at the end of the movie, that brings it all together.
Okay.
So we'll start with Javier Bardem doesn't have a name, and neither does Jennifer Lawrence characters.
Okay.
They're just known as him and Mother. So, as this movie progresses, numerous guests come in, and things seem a little array and amok. And it's a very visual movie. I'm trying so. I want to get out what I really liked about it, and then what I disliked about it, and then really talk about at the end talk about the philosophical disbelief. So it is shot very pretty. It's very gruesome too. Like when we first saw the trailers, we thought it was a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's not really a horror movie.
It's not?
Oh, it's a thriller.
Okay.
It's a weird thriller. Like it's a silent. I mean, they says it's a psychological horror film, but I honestly think it's more thriller than anything. It's a psychological thriller.
Okay.
It's shot really pretty and very just amazing. Great. It's you can't really tell the time span it's going through.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the winter because they suffer from writers. He's suffering from writer's block.
Okay.
He's writing this novel of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put air quotes on it because when we talk about the philosophical background in this, you'll understand what I mean. And so it's a lot of the side characters are really interesting. You meet Michelle Pfeiffer's character, who is just known as woman, and Ed Harris, who is known as man. And then you meet, they really have great...
Some original names right there.
Right, so might as well get the cast. Like I said, Jennifer Lawrence is named Mother, Bardem is named him, Ed Harris is named man, Michelle Pfeiffer is named woman, Domhnall Gleeson and Brian Gleeson, who are real brothers in real life. Domhnall Gleeson was in Star Wars.
And he was also one of the Weasleys.
Yes, oldest son and younger brother. Kristen Wiig is known as Harold. Havana Depo is the cupbearer. Stephen McHattie is the zealot, and Lawrence LaBeouf is the maiden. So, with this in mind, a lot of my problems with it is it's weird because. Of the philosophical background points. Like I said, it's artistically directed. This is an art house film.
Okay.
So you are either gonna love or hate it.
Yeah, that's about how it is usually.
And it's Darren Aronofsky too. And Darren Aronofsky, like I've talked about in numerous times in the podcast, I like watching his shit when I'm high. Requiem for a Dream? Maybe not, because they're
weird.
heroin addicts and they lose their hands. So maybe I don't do drugs while watching that. The Fountain? Oh yeah, definitely baked.
Weirder.
Oh yeah, no, definitely baked. Black Swan? Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that. And The Wrestler was one of the few movies where I'm just like, oh man, this movie is not as fucked up as everyone else, like all these other movies. But this one is just by far the craziest Aronofsky film ever. Like I said, Requiem for the Dream was like that opening of man, this guy's really fucking weird, like Jared Leto's a heroin addict and things like this. This has gone off the rails. This is crazier than The Fountain to me, and everyone tells me how fucking crazy The Fountain is.
The Fountain is fucking crazy.
Yeah, you watched it?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
No, it does not at all.
Right, like people have tried to tell me how much sense the fountain makes, and I'm like, it makes no sense. This is crazy and makes sense. All right, this is
I just imagine like a picture of like Charlie Day from like Always Sunny pointing out that bulletin board. There's all those symbols and shit. That's what I'm assuming that you're seeing here.
Like, and for me, like I had to like when I got done watching the movie, I had to delve into it. I was like, I am missing something. And just like when I watched it the second time, I caught a lot more into it. I didn't see Mother a second time, but when I was rethinking about like what I saw, and the bad thing is like the pacing can get bad, and another bad thing to me, and I'm not a religious person, and this is what I'm gonna jump into with this movie without spoiling anything that happens, a lot of the major points, but it is a allegory, critical analysis of religion.
Okay.
So, him is God, Mother is Mother Earth. Like,
okay.
Earth, like Mother Gaia, like because Gaia. See, Darren Aronofsky smart, and so for me, like the reason why Kristen Wiig's character's name is Harold, is she's a herald of
Oh, Harold. Okay.
Herald of the Good Word.
Okay.
So that see how this all happens. Like there's a zealot, and can you guess who Ed Harris and Michelle Pfeiffer are supposed to represent?
Shit, they're Adam and Eve, aren't they?
They are Adam and Eve. Yes, they are Adam and Eve. Ed Harris comes in the day before, and his wife comes in the day after.
Holy shit!
And there's this allegory to the apple, where Michelle Pfeiffer is not supposed to do something, and she does it.
What?
And then pops in her two sons, and who are Cain and Abel. And as the shit is going along, there's a lot of other things that happen. There's like this. There's a scene where the house starts flooding, and
oh my god, that's
the Great Flood.
Holy shit!
So there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit that happens. Another one that you get, and this is Darren Aronofsky is big on hypersexualization, like making sex gritty, but she births a child, and the child is in a gruesome way, by the way. Like, I'm telling you this because I want you to not cringe as much, because I cringed a lot. So they kill a baby in the movie, who's Jesus, and it's just supposed to, because Jennifer Lawrence gives birth to a baby.
Okay.
And they eat the baby. Get it, like body of Christ, like body and blood of Christ. So like, it is such a weird movie. It's a beautiful movie. There's even the furnace downstairs is hell. The furnace is very bad.
Okay.
The furnace leads you to an evil portal.
Okay.
And you see nightmare fuel.
Oh.
And so the ending is it's the circle convergence from Old to New Testament, because the furnace also represents Revelation.
So something like the babies, like this part just burst out of their stomachs and like.
No, like it's still very artistically done. It's crazy ass movie, dude. Like she's like Kristen Wiig is the herald, who's the publisher, as I said, and she gets in on the action, like the allegory goes for religion, and it is so weird, but I couldn't not stop watching it.
Okay. Like you have me really interested. Like this just sounds really fascinating.
It is fascinating. And I don't want to like spoil. Like it's hard to like review this and like not spoil the movie. Like I'm sorry. Like if you're because a lot of people didn't get the religious undertones. I kind of got it a little bit. I didn't get it until the very end, and that's why I was like, I'm missing something here. And so there are scenes like I said, there are major scenes I'm not going to spoil. There was only one major scene. I don't even think that's a major scene. It's just kind of like the allegory that like really really fucking blows my mind. And then the ending scene is like a combination of taking Eastern and Western religious cultures, and it's reincarnation. And you'll find out it's reincarnation, and it baffles me. It baffles, like, it's not, again, not in a bad way. I don't hate this movie. I actually really like this movie a lot. Like it is probably when we do our best of for for the movies of the year, it's gonna be in my top 5. Like I love this more than Dunkirk and Logan, and like I really love Logan, and I really enjoy Dunkirk. This movie is going to be definitely, though, like, I'm just going to point this out to anybody. This will hit or miss. I do not recommend it to people who cringe on, who get uncomfortable with heavy sex, heavy blood, heavy violence, disturbing images like that. I do want to just point out that, like, this movie is it is very philosophical. There's a lot of allegories. I recommend watching it when I recommend not watching it with anyone who is super religious as well, because they'll get mad. Like, there's no way someone's not gonna get mad, or they might see it that it's the end of days. So you have that. Like you don't know. Mm-hmm. So you've heard of our new rating system, haven't you, Jay?
Yes. And what would you give this movie on the new rating system?
Oh, dude, I'm giving it a fuck yeah.
Oh, that's the top of the top.
That is
creme
top
de la
tier.
creme.
This is the first fuck yeah you will get from like a movie that we just recently reviewed, because a lot of ours were like, oh lord, or dope, or meh. But like this is fuck yeah to its finest, because it makes you think. And like, I'm gonna sound like Ryan, like a huge pretentious asshole about this movie.
Okay.
Because it, like, how he talked about like Dunkirk.
Oh my god, he just went on and on.
Right, and like for me, it is just it's a beautifully done movie. Mm-hmm. And I have not a lot of faults with it, besides maybe, like I said, the pacing is kind of, when you have a 2-hour-long movie, the pacing, you either have to keep me super interested, mm-hmm. or if it's slow, I go to the bathroom and then it goes big. I'm like, god damn it. Mm-hmm. So like the pacing was my only problem. I really like the philosophical background that they have, for the most part. Like I have a problem with it because I think the images are a little fucked up, and that's a personal preference of mine. Mm-hmm. But the allegories that they have in this movie are very well done. They're very interesting to me, and yeah, I give this a fuck yeah. Like I recommend seeing it, anyone who can, because goddamn, it is steak sauce. It's a fucking good movie.
Nice.
So that's been our review of Mother. I'm Kien.
And I'm Jay Oldenkamp.
Have a good day.